Can't nobody move like us. 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 People. Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody move like us. People. Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody move like us. People. Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody move like us. People. I know you heard what the pastor say. Better get the truth before you pass away. We can see the booths in the masquerade. Standing in the booth made of grass and hay. Strapping up the boots on the Saturday. Gathering the troops for the black and Asiatic indigenous people that was sacked by Spain. Now you know the language of your masters. Now you trying to buy up all your masters. Now they got your women while you master. Now you throwing kiddies in like Asta. Now you know your chains and you lack a skate. Never saw a day when the blacks were great because they clever saw a way they could master face. If not them, then the facts are racist. Look at my back, never back to basis. I'm gone. Can't nobody move like us. 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 People. Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody move like us. People. Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody move like us. People. Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody move like us. People. Methamphetamines in your veins. Couldn't see the spirit, so you ran into the pain. Couldn't fly with spirit, so you landed in the plane. With the liquor and the pills and the women give you gain. Running from the Father, but he calling your name. Running little Father, and you right back at the same. Nobody ever taught him that it's never gonna change till he turn back to the east. Never go back to your ways. Used to feel like the bag could save me. Used to smoke trees and relax, but lately I really found peace when I passed the bacon. And I live by these things, so I passed the bacon. In the word, not Pastor Mason, not led by God. Most pastors Masons, most pastors faking. No pastor vacant, no classes. Show those masters Nathan on God. Peculiar people, peculiar people. Peculiar people, peculiar people. Peculiar people, peculiar people. Peculiar people, peculiar people.
Can't nobody move like us, can't nobody do it like us. They ain't really brewing like us, who would've ever thought it'd be us? Cause they ain't been through it like us. They don't keep the law like us, they ain't outlaws like us. They ain't strong like us, on the block like us. Give a hope to the community, kill the separation, we just focus on the unity. Every 7 standing on the corner with the Captivity. We don't even need a bunch of brothers, give me 2 or 3. Give me 20 minutes and I'll teach you your identity. Keep an open mind and listen up and maybe you will see. Ooh, these are the nations, they want your salvation. They don't give a damn about what we've been through. They would not tell you the chosen is you. So come follow me, I'll teach you how to move.
Peculiar people, peculiar people. Peculiar people, peculiar people. Peculiar people, peculiar people. Peculiar people, peculiar people.
Woke up this morning, I got up and prayed. I'm thanking the Lord for another good day. I kept it simple, no need to explain. Yeah. The devil thought he had me, I got away. Yeah. Don't it feel good when you've been in his presence? Yeah. Walking with him ain't no second guessing. Yeah. Some call it luck, but I call it a blessing. Yeah. He give me peace and no need to be stressing. He never gave up on me. His promises he'll always keep. He paid the price just for me, yeah. Gave him my all, now I'm free. Woke up this morning, I got up and prayed. Thanking the Lord for another good day. I kept it simple, no need to explain. Never thought he had me, I got away. Yeah. Don't it feel good when you're in his presence? Yeah. Walking with him ain't no second guess. Yeah. Somebody love, but I call it a blessing. Yeah. He give me peace, ain't no need to be stressing. He never gave up on me. His promises he'll always keep. He paid the price just for me. Gave him my all, now I'm free. Woke up this morning, I got up and prayed. I'm thanking your love for another good day.
It's just another love song. It's just another love song. How could you ever let anything ever come between us? We was tight like Tommy and Keisha, Martin and Gina. When I was down on my bread, you gave me your visa. Said ever since I repented, I act like I don't need you. You probably right, I was living that Rayful Edmond life. Blew a half an ounce in the jar, I couldn't chef it right. I seen brothers die for you, girl. Surprised you slept at night. Your body bad, face called amazing, and plus your head is right. Why everybody mess with you, they die or go to jail. I knew I had to leave before I stayed and caught an L. Wild wisdom, surprised how you ain't have a child with him. PTSD, be bugging out from how your trials did them. I know you got another man, you driving him crazy. He about to crash any minute from serving you daily. But he saved me from your body, whether hard or soft. Was married to the game, but I called it off. Love shop. It's another love song. How you a young kid, you fall in love with the streets. It's a very unhealthy relationship. And the only way you can get out of that thing is either through death or you meet a better woman. That woman for me was the scriptures. I was running through you, girl, like a tourist. You drop dead gorgeous, where's the florist? Bank account got enormous. It got hot that one summer, had to get low. They shot my little man through the window and triggered to it back of Harvey. Quentin out of Chateau Ames and my brother Charlie. I can't go on, but you don't miss him hardly. That's a shame, you's a cold girl. Remember how you made my toes curl? Tight fishes, I swear between your legs it's the trenches. But you still became my missus. Cops came, you disappeared when I'm behind the fences. Thought you wasn't like the mother chickens, but you left me. You wildin', how dare you disrespect me? But I know you got a man, you driving him crazy. He about to crash any minute from serving you daily. But he saved me from your body, whether hard or soft. Was married to you, girl, but I called it off. The end.
Out in my ride, so much on my mind, just trying to catch a vibe. Thinking about my people, it seems they all blind. They thinking they know the truth, but no, not up to 12. Try. Some say we a nation that's built up on tribulation. Some say we was taken and put in this situation. I say honestly, man, it's a little bit of both. Just take it from a nigga who parents native and Haitian. White folks stole my people's land, but we gon' take it back, cause the most I put the power in our hands. Yeah, we going straight reprimand, cause the people did us dirty and never got punished. From here to France, they out here preaching peace, but to us ain't none given. Convince us to protest, but disregard how we living. Well, soon y'all gon' know how we feeling. Yeah, how was Shy's coming back to prove to you that you ain't been forgiven. I'ma break it to you now that with this joint ain't no hook. The aristocrats on the mic pushing them words like a book. I'm anointed and I'm a saint and I got these niggas shook. I'm a Danite prince of the power and I can't be forsook. I think it's unfortunate that y'all couldn't face the facts. You so confused, you can't seem to break down Romans and Acts. When I teach, y'all got me losing all of my patience. Hear the word Israelite and then it turns to Galatians. Honestly, y'all need to do some investigating. My people acknowledge, but still fighting for education. Broke them shackles off of my mind and set me free. Now, Father, y'all got me thinking immortal relation. Try and wake y'all up, but you suckers being complacent. Shot that nigga in the street, but how you grew up's adjacent. Take a nigga life for a little bit of wealth just to spend that shit and move back into your mama basement. Now you become a Muslim so that your life don't get taken. Boy, assalamu alaikum, bean pies, green eggs, and bacon. Allah just the title, not the name of the Most High. You a Israelite, soon to be seeing revelation. Hey, now they saying the prince is lyrical. I'm ruling this thing, but it ain't nothing empirical. Yahweh shots at the comforter, got me feeling spiritual. Yasha Allah on the rise, I ain't even hit the pinnacle. Hey, y'all know ain't too many better than I start watching the on this mic, I even got a letterman. Skills concrete solid, I ain't talking settlement. Reppin' the Anointed House, man, you know we killing it. Hey, this time around, y'all better get a ticket. This youngin' hit a bomb like the 96 Olympics. Mess with the men of the Lord, might end up in the clinic. We taking the kingdom soon, 1 hour, 0 minutes.
Shalom, shalom. Welcome back to another Milk Monday. I am Officer Knock, and as always, I'm here with...
My bad. Captain Audio Aristocrat. I'm reading something. My bad.
And back with the Anointed House of Saints for another Milk Monday. Tonight's lesson is going to be going over something pretty interesting, a couple of topics, but it is titled Israelites Teach Biblical Slavery to Kirk Franklin. And so we got our brother Kirk Franklin from the gospel. Everything, I guess you would say, we're going to have to correct him on some things. Also, we got some other things that we're going to speak about concerning things in the body, not this body, but the body of Israel, according to certain doctrines. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. But before we get started, we want to first give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. We do that by Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. That's in the name of Yahweh Shai. We want to give thanks to the Most High God for everything that we're able to do and learn, that we're able to teach to our congregants, to our family, to our friends. All right. We want to thank you for always being diligent and supporting us in our classes. So we ask that you, when you come in the room, please like, share, and subscribe. All right. Also, any brothers who are wanting to put their brick in and want to build with the Anointed House of Saints, right, to bring this nation together, you can do so by sending us your interest through email. That's at AnointedHOS@gmail.com. Any sisters also who would like to also put in the work with the Anointed House of Saints, please do the same thing. Give us your interest at AnointedHOS@gmail.com. We would respond to you promptly, addressing when we will have those things go on for our sisters and for our brothers to participate. All right. Also, let me go ahead and pull up a calendar real quick, as I always do or try to do. Let me find it here real quick. This is our feast day calendar for 2025. We have some dates coming up. Our next new moon, which will be the sixth moon, will be on August 23rd. All right. Also, Feast of Trumpets will be coming around the corner. That will be taking place September 29th. Stay tuned. We will give you dates and class awareness as to when classes will be taught on those days. Just stay tuned to Anointed House of Saints, and we'll get that information to you. All right. Now, let me see if there's anybody who Yep. Okay. Let me go ahead and give some shout outs real quick. We can go get right into class. All right. We're going to get right into class after that. But let me do this first. Always end up dragging.
Hey, Knock, real quick.
Con.
Do you got a way to pull up the video of Gay Franklin?
Con.
All right, because I can't seem to pull it up.
Con, yeah, I got it.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. All right, real quick. We'll go down the line real quick. Not too many people in here yet. We hope that, hey, y'all go ahead, like, share, and subscribe, and call your family and friends to join the class, all right? Tell them to get on YouTube, look up Anointed House of Saints. We got a live class, Milk Monday, going on right now. That's
send them the link.
That's right. Send them the link.
Share, copy link, send it to everybody.
That's right. Absolutely.
Real easy.
That's right. So let's give a mighty shout out to our lovely mother, Johanna. Shalom to you, sister. Shalom to brother Ak, rectitude. Shalom to lovely sister Malka. Shalom. Shalom to the brother Nazar. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom to Issachar's sister. Shalom. Shalom to you. Shalom to the mighty brother Azariah. Shalom Tank. Shalom. Shalom to like no other nation. 144. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom to the mighty soldier AHOS Nadiyab. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom to Sister Charlicia Gunn. Shalom. Shalom to the soldier Gary. Brother Soldier Gary. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom to the mighty Captain Judah. Shalom to you, Cap. Praying for you, Cap. Shalom to the mighty Captain Salakia. To Coach Sayar. It's also a captain. Shalom to you, Cap. Shalom to the mighty soldier Ariah. We got Captain Eliel here with us. Let's see who else we got. Shalom to the mighty officer Shemaiah. Shalom, shalom, shalom to Sister Belaine Christella. Shalom, that's House of Shemaiah. Shalom to the mighty Captain Aharon Dawad. Shalom, shalom to Brother Jamal Washington. Welcome, welcome. Let's see who else we got going. Yeah, Kirk keeps saying it ain't over. Yeah, we're going to see. All right, but that's all I see for now. Hey, anyone who wants to get a shout out, as I try to do at the end of class, I'll shout you out as long as you put something in the chat, you know, and maybe like, share, and subscribe. Here we go.
Yeah, I call Kirk Gay Franklin, you know, because we've been doing a whole bunch of extra stuff lately to make y'all think he's not gay.
Right.
But he's gay. You know what I'm saying? If you allegedly rape your son and it come from your son mouth, nigga, you gay. And you got an issue. So, anyway.
Pray for the brother. Pray for the brother, man.
If
pray for our people. We got to pray for our people, man.
They got people that look like our people, but they're not people. All Israel is not Israel.
God.
I ain't claiming Frank. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. All right, so, but Shalom, like you said, we are the Anointed House of Saints. This is going to be a pretty interesting class today. It's going to be two things I'm going to do, right? The brother Chazaya 2 times, right? He sent me a video. I'm not going to fully go into it today because I might save it for next week, but I just want to show y'all some things on how it's easy to debunk this type of stuff, right? So, but I'll save that for a second. So, first thing first, can you pull up that video?
God.
So, Kirk Franklin was on Sway in the Morning, and they were talking about slavery, right? And Kirk, you know, trying to be deep, brings up slavery in the Bible. So, this is basically what happens, right? Go ahead.
That's okay. Kirk, if I can go back and follow up with you with that part that you talked about. So I like where you were going when you said the Jesus of
man's systems of trying to be able to communicate and articulate the text.
Hold on, pause.
Script.
How many straight niggas you know gonna walk around with some shit on like Slacky with some stuff on like that? I'm just saying. All the time. He got flare pants on too, like it's 1970. He finna go to the disco. And high heels.
Fashion.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead. My bad. Just saying.
And when you look at the early fathers of the faith, they were creating doctrines and dogmas, but a lot of these doctrines and dogmas also had to do with control. Mm-hmm. They were trying to control the habits and the ways and the executions of human behavior, whether it was sexuality, whether it was giving, whether it was trying to have these monotheistic ideals.
Why do you start with sexuality? I'm just saying. Why was that the first thing on his mind? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the white man trying to control sexuality was trying to keep everybody straight. Mm-hmm. You had to stay in the closet back in the day, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Is he alluding to something? I don't know. I'm just saying. Go ahead. My bad. Just saying.
Or trying to make monotheistic ideas monolithic. And so when you look at all of the origins of controlling humankind, it came from dogma. It came from doctrine, where when you look at the teachings of Jesus Christ and when you look at the heart of the matter of the Gospels, it is about if you're sick and if you're hurting, there's no way that I can be well when my brother's still sick and hurting.
Yeah.
And so for you to see, let me say it like this. If every church in America during segregation would have said that slavery is a sin, slavery would have never existed in America.
Yeah.
Slavery could have never.
I ain't talking about his clothing. I'm talking about pause the video, because nigga, that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If every church in America would have said slavery was a sin, then one would have been lying. Two, they'd have been lying. And three, they would have had to distinguish what they mean by that. Right? So I'm gonna prove these statements in a second. But Kirk Franklin is a ordained minister, is he not? He's not just a gospel singing nigga. He also a preacher, right?
Okay.
So I don't know if he got a church, but does he have a church?
I don't know. I don't even know if he's self-proclaimed or if he actually has some scholarship behind it. I don't know.
Let's Google it, huh? Is Kirk the Smirk ordained? Woo! According to him, he been ordained since the age of 17 years old.
Well, there you go.
And according to thisisgospellife.com. And it says he takes his role as a minister seriously.
So self-proclaimed?
Using his platform to inspire people with his faith, according to the feature article, thisisgospellife.com. My bad, go ahead.
No, so that's still self-proclaimed.
Yeah, because it apparently comes from an interview he did with thisisgospellife.com.
Oh.
Whatever it is. But yeah, so he's ordained minister since 17, according to him, right?
Right.
And so I'm just gonna take his word for it. So he's an ordained minister that doesn't know slavery biblically is not a sin, right? So I just want to quickly, because Google is our friend. I know some niggas try to say, AI ain't a source, but you could click on the button on the side that give you the sources that they would go to try to use in their thing. So it's like, what's the difference? It's just, instead of me having to click the button, is giving me the, never mind. So, what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys a couple things, but we're gonna start with this right here. So, Kirk, right? Hold on a second. Apparently don't. Did I pull it up? Damn. Hold on a second, y'all. I guess I didn't pull it up. But what I'm going to show you is, oh, here we go, right here. Yeah. There's biblical examples, right, of slavery in the Bible that you can Google. If I was to just Google, because he said slavery is a sin, which is the issue here, right? Biblical examples of slavery. If you were to scroll down, it gives you things from the book of Leviticus, in the book of Exodus, in the book of Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
So last I checked, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, they're included in what's called the Torah, right? Would there be anything listed as a sin other than things you're not supposed to do in the Torah? Would it be this many examples of things they're not supposed to do?
All right.
And then watch this. So if we go into it further, right? Before we actually read these things, this is just using Google as a resource to figure things out, right? Y'all be like, damn, how Leo know so much? How he be remembering stuff? I'm not afraid to type crap in on Google. Any little stupid question I have on my brain, it pops up and my fingers get to typing. You know what I'm saying? They got this thing over here now called AI mode. It's like a cheap chat GPT, right? It's always politically correct. But if you're doing things that ain't politically correct, you can hit the AI mode on the side, right? And bow. It gives you different actual examples of slavery, right? Watch this. Debt slavery, which would be what we call indentured servitude, right? Because the other AI version in the front that we showed, like the regular Google AI overview, it just said Hebrew slavery and then non-Hebrew slavery. But this one goes more explicitly into the type of Hebrew slavery it would mean. What the hell does Hebrew slavery mean? Well, it's debt slavery. It's indentured servitude. That's the reason there was a time period on it, or what they call a jubilee, right? You'll hear white people talking about jubilee a lot in the next couple of years because of what Donald Trump's doing and stuff like that with the financial system, but conversation for another time. So that ain't this type of jubilee. This jubilee in the Bible is a debt jubilee as far as the slavery, right? And them paying off their debt and being released after a period of 7 years, right? Watch this. So people could be sold into slavery to pay off debt or as restitution. Y'all know what that is, right? For theft. The Mosaic law, however, established protections for Hebrew slaves, including a mandate for release after 6 years or service of or a service of a period or during a jubilee, right? Which jubilee would be a period of 6 to 7 years. So non-Hebrew slaves. Now, this is the thing everybody thinks is bad, right? This is what everybody think is bad. So, and the thing I don't understand is people say you can use the AI to make a business. You can use the AI to ask crazy questions and to come up with an outline and to judge a debate. Y'all will trust it for all that crap, but can't use it as a source. Shut the fuck. Anyway, so non-Hebrew slaves, right? The Israelites were permitted to acquire slaves from surrounding nations, right? Permitted means allowed, for those of you that don't know. These non-Hebrew slaves could be permanent possessions. Knock, you know what that means?
Yes, it means you own them.
You own them, right?
They're owned. Yeah, they're property.
Permanently, forever, right?
Yeah.
Watch how explicit. Permanent possessions and could be inherited by their owner's children. So I could pass you down and your children down and your children's children down all the way to the end of your generations. If you have no more male heirs and I don't feel like letting y'all marry nobody because you pissed me off and I want to punish you, I could make it so that your family ends forever. See how that works? That's the type of power that the Most High gives to the nations of kings and priests. It was ordained in our law that we can do this. You think it's not going to happen in the kingdom if the law is not going to change? If the law endureth forever, where's this going to go? Make it make sense, Kirk, right? Was that a sin? So are you saying when God ordained, and permitted the Israelites to acquire slaves from the other nations and then pass them down from seed to seed inherently, right? What's the, are you saying that's a sin? Is that what you're trying to imply, Kirk? Is that what y'all implying? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we got to make that make sense. So, I just wanted to show y'all, you know what I'm saying? AI overview, right? And, wait, let's go back. Because I want to show y'all one more thing. You see how it has a little clip on the side? And then it's got actual sources here, right? So, here you can either get the sources by looking at them, or you can click the clipboard. If the clip is there, that means multiple people have said the same thing, right? This is just Wikipedia. What else they got over here? Yeah, that one's just Wikipedia. Usually it means that multiple people said the same thing. But point is, if the like this one, right? So if the source isn't popping up, you can get the source by clicking on the side, right? The little clip on the side, and you can scroll to see the multiples. Well, damn, but you can scroll to see the multiple sources. What in the world? All right, but so we'll get back to this. Can y'all see this other thing? Not y'all can see this? Me scrolling on the Google.
Gone.
All right, cool. So I want to show y'all that, right? Just so y'all can see that even Google understands that slavery was a thing, right? Biblically, it's not a sin. Okay. So now that we've established that, it could be, looked into with a simple Google search, right? They even give you examples. They give you examples of indentured servitude, laws regarding the foreign slaves. They even show you where you can find it. Leviticus chapter 25, verses 44 to 46. You know what I'm saying? Bruh. Hold on a second, Knock. Say something.
Come on. So I was actually looking something else up while you were talking, Cap. So I didn't hear quite what you were saying, but dealing with was.
Well, it's cool. I'm back now.
Oh, that was quick. I should have just asked.
I just had to tell the dog to shut up. That's all.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, man. So like, it even gives you examples, right? You can see the case of Hagar, Joseph when he was sold into captivity, right?
Right.
Paul's letters to the Israelites that were in captivity, right? Instructions to slaves because he was talking to Israelites that were in captivity. Parables of Jesus to the Israelites in captivity. The meek. References to the slave traders, right? Which that should actually go a little deeper than First Timothy, but ebed as a term for slave. So yeah, all these stupid little things that the AI overview give you, right? So that's just to prove that even the simple, biblical Google search can show you that slavery was a thing in the Bible. Now the question is it going to be in the future, right? Are Israelites wrong for still teaching about slavery because it was something that was done in the Torah or something that was permitted in the Torah for the Israelites? Because that's what people be thinking, right? It's 2025. No, slavery's over with. The white people did it to us. It's done. Have any of y'all ever thought, because y'all be singing the gospel songs, right? My God is an awesome God. He reigns, right? He's supposed to be a righteous, vengeful God, right? In in the world, y'all be singing them songs, but it's like y'all don't really know what they mean when y'all singing them. So you telling me this awesome God who reigns gonna let you go into captivity and he ain't gonna let you get no get back for that? You just gotta forget it.
I know I was muted. So while Cap get his dog together, get his pet together, I can't even Cap. I can't read what you got up here on the board. I was going to continue what you were saying, but I cannot read it. It's too small for me to read. But dealing with everything with our captivities and everything that is as far as we had to go through is pretty much related to, hold on one second, Cap. I got one thing I want to look up real quick.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, let me show you this. So, yeah. All right. That was biblical examples. So, I don't even know what he was saying because I had to handle the puppy. But let's just move on, and then I guess he'll come back and show y'all whatever the hell he was gonna look up. So now, since we see that it is biblical, right? It's not something that's a sin. Is it gonna be okay to do in the future? That's what we're gonna get into now. Before we do, while he's looking something up, I'm going to show you guys examples of the different captivities we were in, right? Because what you have to understand, if the Most High allowed Israelites, which we would say, for those of you guys that are new, and y'all hit the like button if you haven't already when you come in the building, Baba Cashapp, right? That's something that helps the channel out, allows us to keep making these videos and lets us know what y'all liked and didn't like, right? So like the video if you appreciate this type of stuff. So, as far as are Israelites right or wrong for teaching slavery still to be something that's going to happen in the future? Something you have to understand as far as our standpoint, right? Us feeling that the Most High is righteous, right? Righteous is something that means right, okay? Somebody that is vengeful, right? We teach all the time in the church. When I was in the world, I used to hear it all the time, right? Vengeance is the Lord's, right? So we always teach that. And then it's like when it comes to slavery, though, anything regarding a white man, any type of get back, it's always turn the other cheek. Y'all heard Kirk Franklin a minute ago teaching about indoctrination, right? Dogma, all that stuff he said at the beginning that the church is known for. And then he tried to say if they would have taught that slavery was a sin, it never would have happened. No, if they would have taught the truth about slavery, it would have gave us more hope. It probably would have brought the end of this thing a lot quicker, right? Not probably, I know it would have, because that's how we feel now that we're Israelites, right? So what you have to understand is our people that are Israelites, right? We understand what the Bible means as far as allowing certain things to happen so other things can happen. We understand what the Bible means when it says that the Most High's judgment is likened to a ring, aka what goes around comes around. You know, that's a circle, likened to a ring. That's a circle, right? So, karma, as y'all would say, for you Hindu people, right? So, like, yeah, what goes around comes around, right? The Most High didn't just allow them to put us in captivity for us to turn the other cheek. No, he allowed them to get their time to rule, because when it's our time to take the kingdom back, you know what I'm saying? Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of the one that followeth. When the one that followeth pull up on us, they not getting no get back. Right? There's two doctrines of how the end time is going to go in the Israelite community. One of them is we rule forever, ever. And another one is we rule for 1,000 years. They try to come back at us, and then we kick their ass again, and then we rule forever. So it's like, but either way you look at it, either way you slice it, the ending conclusion is they end up in captivity, right? Y'all don't talk about that part in the church, though. So we're going to talk about it today. Why would they end up in captivity? Why is it fair that they end up in captivity forever? Well, we only got 400 years. Not true, because you still could get killed by the police right now. And they get off for it, right? They could lock you up falsely for nothing like they did me. I'm about to sue them now, though, because just got dropped last week. After we talked about that, knock, ain't that crazy? I said they'd be watching me. I said I'm going to sue them, and then all of a sudden they dropped it. It's a wrap. Case closed. Huh? But so Gwinnett County, if you're watching, get ready. But so what y'all gotta understand, they can still do whatever they want to you here, right? And they will. And examples of this is, Egypt. So knock, if you can hear me, you can get Exodus chapter 1 till you get back. I'll get it myself. So I'm gonna just show you guys some examples of us being in captivity, right? We're gonna start with Egypt. So Egypt, the Egyptian captivity, right? This is what starts the Israelites. We run from here to the Exodus. Can you give me Exodus chapter 1 verse 13? Exodus chapter 1 verse 13.
God, Exodus chapter 1 verse 13, and it reads, "And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor." Verse 14, "And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field."
So hard labor and bondage, for you, those of you guys that don't know, is called captivity, right? That's slavery. So we Israelites were slaves to the Egyptians. There's a reason why you take a DNA test and it gives you a bunch of African nations and it's never Egypt, because they not our people. They never was our people. They've always been our enemies. We're of Shem, they're of Ham, Chaim, right? So we was over there on the other side of the water, right? The water being the Euphrates and the Tigris, right? And we done crossed it. They way over here in Egypt, right? And then we go from there to Canaan. We in their territory, their province. And then as you see in the book, it tells you we multiplied, right? Greatly, right before their eyes, to the point where they tried to put us in they put us in captivity to try to contain the spread of these beautiful black people, right? Now black, Hispanic, and Native American. But at the time, beautiful black people. When I say black, I mean black, different shades of brown. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. So, because we still was different shades, it's archaeology. But yeah, so we was beautiful black people, right? Next to these ugly ass Hamites, and they put us in captivity, right? And the Most High even wrote about that because it's like, yeah, y'all both similar, but they not the same. Give me Exodus. What's that? 11:5, 11:3, something like that. Let me see, because I ain't write this one down.
What are you trying to bring out? Dealing with the
dog should not move his tongue.
Oh, that's 11 and that's 11 and 7.
7.
Yeah, 11 and 7.
Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 7.
I always know that one. I don't know how I forgot. I ain't read it in a minute. Go ahead.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
So he likened the Egyptians to a dog, said that they cannot move their tongue against Israelites, right? Said that he put a difference between them, right? As if to say, yeah, there's similarities, but the main difference is they're a dog and y'all are a nation of kings and priests, right? So, as it says in Exodus 19:6. So, that's that. Give me Exodus 9:1, just to prove a little bit more for the Afrocentrics that yes, we Israelites were indeed in captivity, right? And you Afrocentrics, y'all like Dr. Ben Yakanan. Well, Dr. Ben Yakanan thought of himself to be an Ethiopian Jew, right? Mm-hmm. He was somebody that worked with his parents, worked with Marcus Garvey and all them people and stuff like that, right? Them Israelite generals, his daddy was one of them, right? So it's like, this is what y'all got to understand about that. It's a bunch of people that was around the community that drifted off into different things, but all of them knew about the Israelites, right? You had what's that Nation of Islam dude that died that used to go sit with the elders? I forget. Khalid Muhammad, right?
Yeah. Khalil Muhammad.
Khalil Muhammad, whatever.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
That
Khalid Muhammad.
Yeah.
Something like that.
K Muhammad, huh?
Yeah, we'll do it like that.
And the K don't stand for killed, unless you asshole. So K Muhammad, right? He is a brother that basically was supposed to be what Farrakhan is. He was in there learning from the Israelites, coming to class every single week. It's documented. I've seen the videos of him walking into class, talking to people, right? So they got it on tape. And he's going back telling them stuff about us being the Israelites. We need to be teaching this stuff. Then ironically, he dies. And Farrakhan starts teaching it. Wrong, of course, the first couple times. But he gets it right eventually. And now we Israelite Moors, Muslims, Israelite Moorish Muslims, according to Farrakhan, right? And they got that from Khalid Muhammad. And Khalid Muhammad got that from us. But nobody knows that but us because we the ones got the tapes and they don't talk about us. So that's how it works, right? But I say that to say there's people that don't understand there's a series of captivities that we've been in. Started with Egypt, right? Next, we're going to get into these other ones, right? What I'm going to show you next? Assyria. Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 40, right? And we have all these different captivities that either every nation on the earth participated in or the main nations of the earth actually, comprised. So everybody had a hand in the captivity of the Israelites, which is why it's going to be fair for everybody to be put in captivity by the Israelites or at the hand of the Israelites. Khalid Muhammad. Yeah. You got videos of Khalid Muhammad saying we the Israelites. Look at that. See that? So that's how it works. Know what I mean? So, like, we have to understand the knowledge has been out for a long time. They've been trying to hide the knowledge for a long time. But now it's to the point where our doctrine is out in the airwaves. And because of the dogma and doctrine of Christianity, right? this what I like to call forgiveness doctrine, right? Turn the other cheek as long as it's the white man, right? If it's your brother, kill him, right? Shoot, bang, bang, kill. Take his girl, all that stuff, right? But if it's the white man, turn the other cheek. That's what we've been taught, right? Especially by the Christian church. So with that being the case, like, our people don't really like to hear when we start talking about captivity. The main people they want to save when we start talking about captivity is the white man, right? They forget it's other nations at that time. Their girlfriend, Asian, she from the Philippines. They trying to say the white man. She over there. What about me? Forget you, right? Because they let him crack us so much. So I'm trying to get y'all to understand, not only are they going into captivity, but all the other nations are, because of things like what we're about to read, right? When you go into the book of Judith, you see that with Assyria, it wasn't just the Assyrians and the Elamites and all them people connected to Shem that you know about, right? Esau was there too. Like Ham was there too. So it's like other people was there. Everybody that was under their, their leadership. You have to understand that there were Hamites there because Nimrod was right before the Assyrians. Nimrod is an Ethiopian. Cush, right? So we at least know Cush was in the land at the time. They were being ruled. They were in the Assyrian Empire. Elam was in the Assyrian Empire. Media was in the Assyrian Empire. They became the Medes. They're now the Kurds. All them people still there. They all have to go into captivity. Just like the white man never got punished, they never got punished, right? So watch this. Read that. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 40.
God. This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanessar the king of Assyria led away captive.
Damn. So it used prisoners and captive, right? So that y'all know they wasn't being led on a tourist excavation. They wasn't going on a bus field trip to the safari. No, they were going into captivity. They were prisoners, right? That's all I needed there. I just wanted to prove we were in captivity, right? Shalmaneser is the king of the Assyrians, right? So we got 2 captivities so far. Give me 2 Kings chapter 24, verse 10. And read all the way to 14.
What chapter was that again?
2 Kings 24.
God.
Verses 10 to 14.
God.
So like before you read, on your own time, I want y'all to look up all the different nations that were connected to these kingdoms. I've talked about it before, but I'm not going to talk about it today because then we're going to be here all year. But there's different nations that are connected to these kingdoms. Right. So like the Persians and Medes wasn't just Elam, Media, and who else was Elam? Elam, Media, Ishmael. Right? It wasn't just them 3. It was other people too. You know what I'm saying? So they had Kittim and Esau and Israel. They had all type of people there, right? The people of Jordan. So there's a bunch of different nations. When it comes to the Roman and the Greek captivities, right? Alexander conquers damn near everybody. He's even in Africa, right? In Egypt. So that's captivity. Then that spans into other places. Once they take out Hannibal, now they're taking other people from West Africa, right? North Africa, East Africa. And you got to remember, according to Babylon Timbuktu, according to Luke chapter 21, we fled to Africa when Titus and Vespasian pulled up, right? So that means that they came back and got us again. That's captivity. And there's other people that are within these nations. They're starting to be a little bit more truth telling, if you will, with the like with the history movies nowadays, right? Because you got AI. So they're starting to put, Denzel Washington in Roman movies and making the rock Hercules, because they know that you could look these people up and see that they was actually black or based off black people, like Samson, right? So it's like, okay. And ironically, them two would actually be related. They were both Danites. But regardless of the fact, that's something you have to understand as far as them even having to tell the truth as far as that's concerned. Because there's certain things you can't hide no more. So once it comes out and more people start to understand where the Israelites, the question is going to be, well, why did the Israelites go into captivity? Right? Once they start to find out that happened. Just like we all ask that question once we find out that happened. And once you get those answers, right, then it becomes, well, damn, the Most High chose us just to put us in captivity. And then when you get the whole scope and spectrum of the Bible, you start to understand why he allowed that to happen, right? Why there's going to be a chosen 144,000 that begins the kingdom and gets to pass the cup to the heathen. In the passing of the cup, I'm going to give y'all them precepts again today, right? So that was my dissertation. That's the reason why I'm doing the lesson, right? So go ahead, read that. We just going to read now.
Con, this is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 24, and starting at verse 10. At that time, the servants of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came against Jerusalem, and the city was besieged. And Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came against the city, and his servants did besiege it. And Jehoiakim, the king of Judah, went out to the king of Babylon, he and his mother, and his servants, and his princes, and his officers, and the king of Babylon took him in the 8th year of his reign.
All right. So, Babylonian captivity. There's a bunch of nations connected to Babylon. Give me Ezra chapter 1, verse 1 to 4. What was Ezra connected to? Persia. So a bunch of people connected to Darius and Cyrus,
right?
Artaxerxes in them, right? Y'all say how many people Artaxerxes had in 300?
Yeah, he was rounding them up.
He was rounding them up, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
He had people from all over the place.
That's right.
So you got to think, Cyrus had his kingdom. And then Darius gets what Cyrus had. And then Esau takes that. Okay? Xerxes took out Babylon. And then Persians and Medes is there. And then Esau takes out the Persians and Medes. So that's 3 kingdoms that get stacked on top of each other. And all of their, earnings, all their winnings, all the people that they've devoured and put in captivity.
Right.
We were devoured into captivity by Alexander. He didn't technically come and put us into captivity. When you read the account, even in 2 Maccabees, they talk about, Jason and Onias and all them people. Well, Onias' brother, Jason, mainly Jason and his people, right? That went and made a deal with them. You feel what I'm saying? The reason they made a deal is because Alexander is sweeping through the land, right? Once he's crowned the king of the world, basically, instead of being a nation under the Persians and Medes, now we're a nation under the Romans. And they go, well, damn, let's go make a deal with them since there's a new king in town. And that's what they did. They made a deal with them. Got a gym put in place and all that type of stuff, right? And y'all know what happens next. Next thing you know, they celebrating birthdays and can't call themselves Jews no more.
Yep.
That's the story. That's how it goes. You see the first account of it in 1 Maccabees, the second account of it in 2 Maccabees. It's the same account, just some more detail in certain parts, right? So for 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and 2 Maccabees chapter 1. So yeah, but all right, my bad. Read that.
It's the book of Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 1. Now in the 1st year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in
writing. See, I'm ignoring Squeaky Clean, right? I ain't getting off topic tonight. He could kick a rock with no shoes on or socks. Read that.
That he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing, saying, Thus saith Cyrus, king of Persia, the Lord God of heaven hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth.
I guess he didn't realize we was reading the Bible. You dummy. Go ahead.
And he hath charged me to build him an house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah.
Mm-hmm.
Who was there among?
That's all I needed.
John.
As you see, the Persians, right? They're allowing us to go back home because they have us in captivity. Some sources, when you look it up, they'll say the Israelites weren't actually in captivity to the Persians because Cyrus allowed them to go back home. Give me 2 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 19. There was a man named Nehemiah who was on the scene about a 13-year span, give or take, depending on what sources you read, from the man Ezra, who we just read, right? So Ezra and Nehemiah, according to sources, are about 12 to 15 years apart. I say 13. So 13 years ain't that long, is it not?
No.
Not a long time to change things, right?
Nope.
So Nehemiah is going to tell you something specific about the Persian Mede captivity and how we got under them, right? In order to be able to go back home. Go ahead, read that.
Con, this is the first book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 19. For when our fathers were led into Persia.
Wait. When our fathers were when they went themselves into Persia.
For when our fathers were led into Persia.
When our fathers scouted Persia and moved into it themselves.
For when our fathers were led into Persia.
Yeah. Led, when you're led into something in the Bible, like how it says you were once, Gentiles carried away into dumb idols as you were led. It's talking about you being carried into captivity to follow other gods, like it says in Deuteronomy 28:64. Even wood and stone. So, like, being led is being led into captivity, led into slavery. So it's telling you we were led into Persia. Mm-hmm. And then further down, you'll see he's talking about the king of Persia and all that type of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. That's Nehemiah's Nehemiah. All right. Now, Roman and Greek captivity. Like I said, you could read 1 Maccabees chapter 1, or you could read 2 Maccabees chapter 1. It's going to tell you the story. 2 Maccabees is 1 Maccabees with a little bit more detail, as if you already know what 1 Maccabees says. So you have to understand 1 Maccabees to get the full scope of what 2 Maccabees chapter 1 is saying. So we're going to read. I don't even want to read it. That's a lot of time. On your own time, read 1 Maccabees chapter 1, right? Just read the beginning. Read the verse. Just read verse 1. We'll see what happens. I'll tell you when to stop.
Of which one?
Squeaky Clean says Maccabees is not a credible book. So let me quickly do this right quick.
Go first. I got you. Okay. I didn't know you were looking at him.
No. I was telling you to read 1 Maccabees 1 and 14, but I'm about to say this right quick. He said Maccabees is not a credible book. So, for anybody that's an idiot like Squeaky Clean, right? There's something called the Protestant Reformation. Okay, real quick. I'm going to read something from the Bible, right? That was not reformed. It's in the book of Revelations, right? Chapter 22, which is the last chapter. We'll start. All right. At verse 18 says, Revelations 22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. Hopefully, Squeaky Clean can hear it. If any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written therein. If any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life. Now, what you have to understand is the book of Maccabees is a book that even Jesus believed in. Because there's one feast day that Jesus followed that isn't in the Torah, you duck monkey. It's called Hanukkah, or the Feast of Dedication, which the book of Acts, the book of Matthew, tell you that Jesus celebrated on Solomon's porch. So if the book of Maccabees is not a credible book, why did Jesus believe in it? That would be the first question. Second question would be, for Squeaky Clean, I'm going to ask 3 questions, then we're not going to talk to him no more, because he's not going to answer them. So first question is, why did Jesus celebrate dedication or Hanukkah, which you can Google, right? That only is found in the book of Maccabees, because it's a feast day where the Maccabees themselves rededicated the temple. That's what dedication or Hanukkah means, right? So it's a feast day or holiday from the Maccabees. But he says it's not a credible book, and Jesus kept that holiday and told us to keep it. Not Christmas, you idiot. First question. Second question. If the book of Maccabees is not a credible book, why was it in the Bible before the Protestant Reformation? All the scholars thought it was cool to write in it. If it's not a credible book, why is it still today in 2025 in the Catholic manuscripts? If you go to a Catholic church right now, it's going to be in their Bible, squeaky clean. The only people that don't use it is you fake-ass Christians, you Protestants, because y'all removed things from the Bible, 14 books to be exact. And one of them was the Maccabees. Okay?
And why
The
was it written before
1611 King James has the Maccabees in it. And like I said, here's mine right here. I got one. Where's my Catholic Bible? Hold on a sec. I'll show it to you. The Catholic Bible has these in it right now, still today. Right? Go ahead, Knox. See what you was going to say.
No, I was going to say, and also, I mean, these scriptures were written before the New Testament was even written down. So these Christians are actually reading a text, so-called New Testament, a later text than what the actual 14 books came, or when they were written, basically.
This is a Catholic Bible. Okay? For this man, because I know you Protestants, y'all don't ever look at anything. Y'all only believe your little books and think that everything they teach you in the church is true. But the church comes from the Catholic Church. Y'all still reverence the Pope and call him the messenger and the mediator between you and God right now on earth, even the Christians, right? Every Christian Baptist denomination, pastor, whatever, if any denomination has to reverence the Pope and has to go to their cemetery or seminary school, right? Why is it that when you go to cemetery school, they teach you from a book that has the books that you say are fake in it? That's a question, right? There it is. Pope Paul, he's the one that sanctioned this one, right? This is a special one. It's even got his signature in it. See that? Look at that. Watch this. So we go into the table of contents. What are those books right there?
Right. Apocryphal books.
They even have them in order. Why do they have them in order with the Old Testament?
Right.
You idiot. How are they able to order them with the New Testament if it's a fake book? How did they know what order to put them in? The Vatican's the one that have all the secret documents, right? Ain't that what the Christian church tell us, all the conspiracy theories? They have everything in the secret chambers in the basement of the Vatican. Well, the Vatican knew to put the Apocrypha in order with the Old Testament. You smart ass white man. And if you're not white, you damn sure got the spirit on. You're an idiot. It says the crackers are the basest men on earth in the Bible. Esau, right? And you seem like a really stupid person. Coming on here is all these different weeks talking stuff you don't know what you're talking about. Some point a guy get old, my dude. All right. So enough of that. Now that we've proven he's going to have to talk to the Catholics now at this point, because we're just the little old black guys on the internet, right? So, yeah. You call me whatever you want to call me. My girl don't think I'm no queer. You fucking idiot. So, where were we, not?
We were at
Roman Greek.
Con.
I ain't want to read that. So let's just get to the captivity so we get it out of here. Give me Psalm chapter 145, verse 17. Let's talk about this cup, right? Squeaky could just, listen to the judgment at this point. So, because what they do, right? They come in the comments, you start to teach things, and then they don't have no logical comeback or a scholarly comeback or a comeback that would debunk anything that you just showed. Because now at this point, he would have to go and look up all them Catholic manuscripts to see why they still have it in their Bible.
Right.
Right? Why there was something called a Protestant Reformation, where the Protestants just decided to move certain books from the Bible, right? And why they removed them. One of those books being the Wisdom of Solomon. Why remove a book called the Wisdom of Solomon? It's just Solomon's wisdom. Might it be because it has a prophecy of white Jesus in it, in the fact that they would make a white Jesus, the very same Vatican and the Pope Alexander VI, who we know today since the prophecy has come to pass, through the Renaissance period or rebirth in the Latin of his son Cesare Borgia, who they now think is Jesus Christ, which that's when the name came about. The letter J was invented in 1524. They didn't start calling Jesus till 1524, and the son died in about 1508. Gave them about 18 years to come up with a plan what they were going to name the man, and give Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Raffaello, Donatello, and that other dude. What's the other one? What's the other Ninja Turtle name?
Leonardo.
Yeah. All them guys, right? I think I named Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo.
You named them all.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, but they're the painters of the Renaissance, right? So they're not just Ninja Turtles. They're the people that made the paintings of Jesus that you look at today, right? The two most famous ones, are Michelangelo and Leonardo, because they had the original competition. But later on, Donatello and Raffaello were comprised and constructed also to make these paintings, and they did so, right? Mm-hmm. So that's how it goes. That's the facts. That's historical, right? And we've done the lessons on that. So what they do is they just start to say little things like, I look like a splinter. That's cool. Great. I am a splinter, right? I get caught up in your skin and I infect your little white ass. That's what I do, right? It hurts. Yeah. So that's a first. I just got caught a splinter knock. How about that? He must be upset. So we're gonna get into, I don't know if Knock is there, but you there? Psalm 145? You on mute.
Come on, this is the book of Psalm, chapter 145 and verse 17.
I'm sure you are. Mm-hmm.
The Lord is righteous in all his ways and holy in all his works.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18.
So
the Lord is
God's works, right? No, it's good. That's all I want.
Okay.
So something that's going to be holy. Psalm 60 and 3.
God. It's the book of Psalm, chapter 60 and verse 3. Thou hast showed thy people hard things. Thou hast made us to drink the wine of astonishment.
Give me Isaiah 51, verse 17, and then jump to verse 22 and read 23.
God.
Isaiah 51,
Isaiah 51 and verse 17. And it reads, Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which hast drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out.
So as we see, we just read 2 verses. The Most High has given the Israelites the cup to drink, right? We disobeyed him. We went into all these captivities that we just read about, right? Ended with this one. And now this captivity is damn near over with, right? We're starting to see how we're basically in that stage now where the progression is happening and the multiplication of the people is happening, right? We're becoming the majority. They don't even talk about census and stuff like that no more because they already know they're not the majority no more. It ain't even no point in line. You go to Wyoming, you see black people now. Vermont, it's niggas. So we all over the place, right? So that's happening just as it was. Ain't no new thing under the sun, right? Yeah, we in Florida too. We're already in Florida, you idiot. We're in Florida. We there. Okay? We there. In large number too, might I add. My mama's from Florida, you idiot. My family's there. It's a bunch of black splinters in Florida. Huh? You like that? Huh, Squeaky? Huh? Can't step nowhere out there. Might get come south. Yeah. Whew. Boy, what? There's so many Haitians in Orlando. One of them might run up on your ass. They might be outside your car right now. I might have tracked your IP address and sent it to my cousin Black Smoke. And he might be in the dark lurking as a splinter to get caught in your foot and your tire. Right? All right. So you read 17?
Verse 17, yeah.
Read 22 to 23.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, 22 and 23. Thus saith the Lord, Salakia, thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God, that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over.
This man, I just wanted him to read 23, but he gave y'all the gist of it, right? The Most High told you, yo, I'm about to get a cup to these people, and they're gonna drink all of it and the dregs because they done walked all over you niggas. That's literally what it just said. You know how you watch the movies back in the day, in the 30s and the 40s, right? Like Knox's parents probably did this. Walking through the puddle, Knock dad got the little leather jacket on and stuff. He take it off. It's okay, baby. Throw it on the floor. She walked through it. Right? Thank you. He pick up the soaking ass jacket, throw it over his shoulder. Right? The Most High said they was doing that to us. We was the jacket and the nigga on the floor. Right? Why he used that analogy for us? It's crazy. Right? Yeah, tough typing ain't gonna do nothing. I'll really pull up on it. Better ask about it. So, or them boys will. You know what I'm saying? But, and I ain't afraid to talk on the internet. I got connections. My last name. You did. But, anyway. So yeah. That's that, man. They're gonna get destruction. They're gonna get back, basically, according to what the Most High is saying, right? So, give me. We're gonna skip that one. Give me Jeremiah 25 and 15. Just so we keep talking about this cup. How am I a coward? I didn't say I'm in Florida, you idiot. I said my mama's from Florida. This nigga don't listen, do he?
Man, don't let him get it. Let him just do what he do.
Crazy.
He ain't making no sense. But I have it, Jeremiah.
Everybody know where I'm at in the chat. I ain't never said I'm in Florida. I said we in Florida. It's a difference. Me is we. It's one of I'm a clone. Okay? Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 25 and 15. That's what you called out, Cap? 25:15 is what you called out?
Don't think I'm yapping, huh? You said what?
Did you call out 25:15?
Uh-huh.
Con, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 25 and verse 15. For thus saith the Lord God of Israel unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them.
Woo! It's going to be a sword. Give me Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
That's the one I was going to bring out earlier that I said I had to look for. But
if you rewind the video, Squeaky, I never insinuated that I was there.
Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
Lord in Christ.
And this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 7. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies.
Squeaky ain't getting nobody riled up. He can't do that over the internet.
And on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Mm-hmm. So on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee, right? So niggas like Squeaky, the curses is coming for them, right? You know what I mean? You might be at the gas station one day pumping gas and boom! You know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know. Might be at the store in he ended up going to the wrong. He went to the wrong Winn-Dixie. The wrong Publix. Huh? And a school shooter then walked up in there. Sound like Benny the Butcher. Crazy. But so Deuteronomy 30 and 7 says all them curses gonna pass to the heathen, right? Give me Obadiah chapter 16, verse 16. Right? This gotta be an Edomite. You see how he's calling me a coward over the internet. And he don't even have a picture of himself as his avatar.
Right.
And his name is Squeaky Clean.
God. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been.
Mm-hmm.
But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
You see that? So far, I don't see how it could be a sin for us to be talking about slavery if the Bible is talking so much about other people going into slavery.
God.
It don't make any sense. And this isn't stuff that's happened already. This is a, in the future type of context. This is when Yahweh shall come back. So those are things we got to understand when it comes to this, right? We will go next to, let's just end it with this. Get Isaiah 14 and Revelation 13. That should be enough for slavery, right?
God. It's the book of Revelation. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Mm-hmm. So the Israelites will be ruling over oppressors. They'll be ruling over fat, chubby, squeaky mother truckers that type on the Facebook and the internet and the YouTube and the Instagram and the TikToks and the emails.
Right.
All of that stuff, right? The niggas that call you a coward but won't even show their face on the internet. All of that. Right? Niggas who say he shook now. Can you imagine a white guy saying that? A white guy saying, let's link. I never said I was a thug, but he called me a thug. That's how I know it's a cracker. Claiming to be a thug. Even if you got brown skin, this is a cracker. Mm-hmm. So, you know what's real gangster? Making your body a living sacrifice and loving your brother and not having malice in your heart. That's real gangster. And that's something we do every week. Me and not give up our time, right? Not ain't even feeling good. He up here dealing with squeaky clean. I'm a target. Mm-hmm. I'll be back in Florida next week. We'll see if I make it back, guys. I'm a target. When people try to scare you on the internet, it's amazing. You know how many times people have told me that? We've had people say, I'm a target. I'm on a hate watch list, by the way. Like, I'm on a hate watch list. So, I mean, if the government ain't scaring me, you think I'm be scared of a dude on the internet? Come on, guys. Y'all gotta make it make sense. They sent the dude to rob me at gunpoint before, and I took the gun. I don't fuck around. I'm small. I'm not tall, but I will beat your ass. Okay? That's it. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah. But one thing I want to show you, all right, before we go. Because y'all know about Isaiah 14 and Revelation 13.
Right.
I'm not even gonna waste time going into that. This is an Israelite channel. It's Milk Monday, but we don't gotta milk it all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I want to show you guys. Let me delete this stuff so it'll be easy. Okay. All right. So
I got it pulled up. Oh no, I got something else pulled up, but go ahead.
I bet I'm gonna show this right quick. I don't even know if I want to play the damn, because I really think I'm gonna say this for next week. But okay, so I don't know if y'all saw, but GOCC has put out a $1,000 challenge and said that whoever can make them believe that Cornelius is an Israelite, they will disband GOCC and join our school. So y'all know me. I want to see if this nigga lying or not. Because Rakah, I know you a lying ass nigga. I've already dealt with you in the past when I was at SOT. Hopefully you're not lying this time, Elder. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? Got people all messed up over there like Raw with Yah and stuff. She could rap. But y'all love them white people, man.
And this
I don't know what it is. It's what it is. Y'all love the white people. So look, I'm gonna play the video real quick. Lord of mercy. Can y'all hear that?
Rakah something else, man.
Good. Yeah.
Elder Rakah is something else. That's all.
And he can grow a beard. He just, I don't know.
If any Israelites out there can prove to me using the Bible.
The Bible. Y'all know I be making that voice sometimes. It's because of Rakar. Yeah. He's the one. I stole it from him. I like it. It sounds good. I feel like it attracts a lot of white people. It's got that sting at the end of it, that curl that they like. You know, and they go, "Hey, Mark," you know, Bible. I don't know what you call it, but he do that better than any black person I know.
That Cornelius was an Israelite. I don't want to hear you go to Acts, the 2nd chapter, where everybody was there out of all these nations.
So don't go to Acts, the 2nd chapter, where you can prove.
You can prove it right in the same chapter, though. But anyway.
Don't go to the same chapter where you could prove he was there. I mean, the same book where you could prove that the stories are definitely talking about him, probably, possibly. Yes, indeed. Don't do that. No. By the way, for those of you guys that don't know this guy, this is Mr. Ahaya Bahashem Yeshaya. Yeah. They came up with that name. This is him and they are them. Right? That's his little sidekick. I don't even know that nigga name, but he always been a sidekick, whatever his name is.
No, that's I forgot his name. It's Elder Rakar Shiar and what's the other brother's name?
I ain't never know the brother's name. I just called
I
him
forgot. I knew his name. I forgot it.
We had 3 nicknames for him: forehead, lips, and nose. When you said any of those, because sometimes he wear the white turban.
Okay.
Sometimes he wear the white turban so you can't see his forehead. So he's
right.
Lips and nose. You know. Yeah, it's funny. But yeah, I don't know his name. So no offense, bro. But yeah.
Out of all the nations that took the gospel back, because you can't prove Cornelius was there.
Okay.
Okay. I don't want to see you try to go to Revelation, the 7th chapter, where it says all people out of every nation and kindreds and tongues.
So don't go to another one that could be a cop out. Don't go to. Nope.
After it broke down the 12 tribes of Israel in the verses prior, don't try to go there because Cornelius isn't there either. It doesn't say Cornelius.
So you see, now he's trying to make it a literal thing. You got to find the word Cornelius other than Acts, and you don't want us to use Acts, but then you don't want us to use Revelations to find the scripture. Yeah, right. Ahia doesn't match the Tetragrammaton, but you know what he did for that? He said, the devil has infiltrated the Bible, and the devil infiltrating the Bible has allowed them to change the Tetragrammaton from Ahia to YHWH, Lord, which is the heathen god. Yeah, he came up with that doctrine. That's him. Don't do Bernie Mac like that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Damn, no.
Don't do that, bro.
No, Tank. That's not.
Time out.
No.
Time out, Azariah. Nah, bro. You can't do that. We gonna have to do it. Nah, bro.
Said Bernie Mac.
Just because he trying to do the Bernie Mac with the haircut and everything. No.
Right.
Bernie Mac is way smarter than this nigga right here. Okay. I think with my whole heart, if Bernie Mac was alive today, he would at least be in IUIC. He would not have joined this nigga church because he hate white people. Y'all know that. Bernie Mac didn't like white people. So this dude right here, this nigga loves white people. He will lick the bottom of a white man's foot right now if he asked him to. Rakar, could you lick my foot? You want me to lick your foot? Okay. He liked to say the word okay, so I could see him saying it. But yeah, listen to the video.
So make sure you clip this, AC.
Y'all see the blinking? That's why I was doing the blinking. He blink a lot, bro. Like that. Y'all ever seen that owl? That just.
If any Israelite out there who claimed that Cornelius was an Israelite, if you can prove that, number one, whatever church you belong to, and my word is bond.
But what? He didn't give stipulations though.
Right. You notice how he gave stipulations.
Can't use revelation. And Cornelius is only in Acts.
Right.
So proof this
right.
nigga, bro. He said prove that Cornelius is an Israelite using the Bible, but you can't use Acts. You can't use Revelation.
I will donate.
You said you couldn't use Acts 2.
Well, if you can't use Acts 2, you might as well not use Acts because you
can prove it in the same exact in Acts 10. But
the only argument you're gonna have, and he knows this, is the devout man argument if you go to Acts 10.
No, there's more than that. There's more than just a devout one. That he can't, he's not gonna be able to get past. But go ahead, Gab.
No, that's what he's thinking about.
I know.
He's thinking devout man. Mm-hmm. So he think he gonna pigeonhole you to Acts 10 and all that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you're right. There's things in Acts 10 he's not gonna be able to get around, like the Caesarea claim, and there's just a couple things we're gonna show you right quick, right? So, but y'all heard what he said, right? He will disband the gathering of the Crackers Church.
Word is bond. I will donate as an offering out of my
own. As an offering. Nigga, what else was it gonna be? Ain't that what a donation is? Why he had to specify that? You be giving away money from the church. You be giving the church money away, Ricard? Was you telling on yourself just now?
Own money, $1,000 to your church.
No, he didn't.
We will dismantle the Gathering of Christ Church, and we will join up under you.
I don't know about that. You shouldn't have said that, Ricard. You shouldn't have said that.
Bruh, he looks so confident.
Yeah. It's almost, hold on, Cap. It's almost like, come on, dude. Now, you sitting up here just lying.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Just straight lying.
Will donate an offering out of my own pocket, $1,000, and me will join your school. All right, let's see.
Liar.
Yeah, that's what I told bruh. Shazai called me. He said, "Yo, Cap." Tell him 2 times. You know. He sent me the video. Was like, bruh, you need to check it out. I said, I don't think he's gonna do it. But I'm probably gonna do it next week, just to show that we could prove that Cornelius is indeed an Israelite, right? But I don't mind showing y'all these because it's cool. So I will show y'all this stuff.
Yeah, do this for next week, Cap, because I got some other stuff for you too to add to that.
Okay, well, let me just show this one thing then. So, hold on.
Because that's just wild. Because I mean, the brothers
Cornelius in the Bible.
Wow.
In the centurion. Wait, what's the thing I want to show you? Historical evidence. Okay. All right.
Wow.
Because I looked up something, right? And it said Cornelius had to be of Roman or Gentile descent because his name is Cornelius. That's the only thing they had. They said he could possibly be of the people of the gens Cornelia, right? And remember, we talked about gens Cornelia before, right? When we did the little lesson with Dan and the white people and the Slavs and stuff like that. Gens Cornelia is white people, but I've found that out. Gens Cornelia is white people. It's a surname, right? But Cornelius was not his surname.
Right.
It was his first name.
First name, which a lot.
We can prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The thing is, right, that I want to show y'all first. I'm going to show you 2 slides, and then we're going to shut up till next week. So, watch this. I just typed in, there were Jews of because Cornelius is Cornelius of Caesarea, for those of you that don't know, right? If you Google him, that's what's going to come up, right? So, his surname on Wikipedia is of Caesarea. His first name is Cornelius, his surname of Caesarea.
So what is that really saying? They don't know what his surname
They don't know what his first name is. Exactly.
Is, yeah.
But they know where he comes from.
Right.
Now, what you have to understand about Caesarea, right? Well, maybe I should show you these first. Yeah, let me show you this first. Hold on. So, watch this. So, Jews of Caesarea. I don't mind. I'll show this again next week. So, the Jewish community of Caesarea had a significant presence in the ancient city, particularly during the Roman and Byzantine periods. So, Caesarea particularly was a place where a whole bunch of Jews lived.
That's right.
If you know anything about the history, this is also the one place that mainly started the problems between the Jews and the Romans, as far as the conflict of culture, because this where all the Jews lived that was trying to not be, that was trying to be devout, which is significant to him being a devout man from Caesarea that happened to be in the Italian band. It's 2 reasons they say he's a heathen. 1, his name is Cornelius, and 2, it says he's a Roman of the Italian band. Now, if we can prove that Israelites were allowed to serve in the army and that they could become centurions in the Italian band, and that once they become army servers, military workers, right, they automatically become citizens to the Roman Empire, which would allow them to call themselves Roman, which in any Roman manuscripts, they would consider them Roman because they're going to call them by the highest ethnicity that they have in the land if they hold multiple citizenships. And of course, the highest at the time of the Roman Empire would be Roman. So if he's an Israelite and a Roman, or an Israelite with Roman citizenship in the Roman manuscripts, he would be a Roman. If I can show you other Jews that got that same type of, treatment, if you will, on paper, that would also lead to examples of how Cornelius became what he was, why they called him a devout man, because we know they only use the word devout for Israelites in the Bible. So,
right.
That's a fact, which we can prove. So, Caesarea had a strong Israelite presence. That's the first thing, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what was you gonna say?
I don't know. Something's going on in Israel right now because, especially with all these crazy doctrines, and GOCC being, I would think Elder Rakah is probably around. He's probably a little older than I am, maybe around the same age or so. I'm just amazed for him to put this challenge out there and to think that he's not going to be challenged on it.
Elder Rakah's been off for a long time.
I know he has.
I know that when he gets challenged, he doesn't watch the videos, so he probably doesn't know he's been challenged and debunked a bunch of times. He thinks he's in his own little bubble.
So he's just up there lying for no reason. Then I mean, it's just showing himself to be.
That's why I said he's not going to do it. He ain't even going to watch the videos.
Right.
What he wants you to do is pay him to go on the little class and stuff and debunk him in front of his people, where he can ask you a bunch of stupid questions and look like he won something because he gets to control the narrative.
This is just,
he knows nobody's going to go up there.
Right.
So,
this is just terrible, though. It's terrible.
That's that.
I'm going to say it like Azariah said, terrible. Hey, Tank, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, look. Azariah said, I'm a citizen of America and was an American army. Who just using me. And he's an Israelite.
Right.
So he's an Israelite that served in the American army. He's
Right.
got American citizenship. He goes by the term American when they ask, hey, what ethnicity are you? I'm American. You know what I'm saying? And bam, he's known to the world as an American because that's the highest Israelite. They don't consider that an ethnicity right now, right? They don't give a damn about us. So, yeah, they tried to make the name of Israel be no more remembrance. You couldn't call yourself a Jew. These are the same people.
Right.
So if he's got Roman citizenship, why the hell wouldn't he be a Roman?
Right.
You got to make it make sense. But, watch this, though. Because, like I said, it's only two things they have. Cornelius is either a Gentile because he was a ruler of the centurion army and he's a Roman, or he's a regent, or he's a centurion. Right, in the army, and he's a centurion in the army, and he's got Roman citizenship
of
the
the Italian band.
Right?
That's what they get
of the Italian band. So they say, yeah, he's an Italian, right? Now realizing Italian band is just where you're stationed. He's stationed in Italy, you idiots.
Right.
That's what Italian band means. They had different bands based on where you were stationed. They had the Egyptian band, they had the Indian band, they had the Syrian band. He was from the Italian band. He's in Italy. He's from Caesarea, and Italy ain't that far from Caesarea. So he's a centurion in the Italian band. That's where he was stationed. Understand? He hopped on a boat and went to where Peter was, which wasn't in Caesarea or Italy, which is why they told you he's a centurion of the Italian band. Cornelius of Caesarea. Okay? So, now watch this. This says, because they tell you, just with AI, basically, we've debunked he had to be a Israelite because, he's Roman. Okay? Because Romans lived Jews were Romans that lived in Caesarea, right? They had Roman citizenship. Now watch this. Did the Jews in Caesarea take Roman names? Because they say, well, his name was Cornelius, so he must have had, Roman ancestry because he's got a Roman first name. Or maybe his surname is Roman. So in a minute, I'll prove that wasn't his surname. But here, historical evidence suggests that Jews in Caesarea and other parts of Roman Empire adopted Roman and Greek names.
Well, not only that, Captain, but where was ancient Caesarea located? That's the thing that I think a lot of Christians don't pick up on. And
you want to look it up?
Yeah, let's look it up. I got it right here.
Oh, go ahead. You're not quick with the sword or the map.
Yep. I got it right here. Let's just find out where Caesarea.
Yeah, I remember how it was like a ding when we saw how close Cyprus was to the tribe of Dan, Joppa Coast. When you see this, it's gonna be like ding. Where's Caesarea? Is it close to Italy? Is it far from Italy? Is it close to India? Where is it? Is it near Israel? Is it Jerusalem? Is it Syria? Is it Jordan? It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a map.
You guys see that? Hold on. Matter of fact, let me do this.
It's a map. So Caesarea is where, my friend?
Hold on.
I can see it.
Here we go. It's better.
I got bad eyes, but I can see it.
Can you see it now?
I mean, it ain't go nowhere when you did that. It still looked the same.
Right here.
Oh, I see it now. Yep.
Look at this. Here's Jerusalem.
Do you see Joppa?
Here's Joppa.
Yep.
Here's Caesarea right here.
Didn't I tell you he was a tribe of Dan?
See that? So even the location when it says, the centurion from Caesarea is located basically between Jerusalem and Samaria.
So he's from Israel, stationed out, goes to Italian band. Now Cyprus is right on the other side of this black line right here. And then Italy is a hop and a skip from Cyprus.
Mm-hmm.
so he ain't got to travel far from his house to go to work, to go to Italy.
For his duties. Yep.
You feel me?
As a soldier. That's
he
right.
ain't far from home. As I showed you, it's something that the tribe of Dan was doing from the book of Judges the whole damn time. Coming from the Joppa coast to Cyprus to Italy or Javan or Greece, right? And then back. Same thing.
Did we have
Italy and Greece are connected, right? Y'all do know that, right? I'm just making sure.
I have a question.
Okay. Yeah.
Were Edomites living in this area around the time of Paul and Peter?
Yes.
In Caesarea?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. I mean, it would make sense because of Roman occupation.
Yep. Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, it does say that they were. It says they were Syrian Romans in Caesarea that weren't. If they weren't Israelites, it says they were Syrian Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Not Idumean per se. So maybe these were like mixed race people.
All right. But the proximity of Caesarea where Cornelius was brought up at to Jerusalem, I mean, they're on the same landmass.
No. So it's, to me, Caesarea is not a place that's got multiple, like a whole bunch of, it's not no melting pot.
No, I know that. I'm
distinct. Well, I'm like I'm saying that for everybody else.
Okay.
It's distinct ethnicities here, if you look it up. So what I was, in fact, we could probably real quick. Let me here we go. I'm gonna put this back up real quick so I can show you. Just real quick. So the Jewish community of Caesarea had a significant presence in the ancient city, particularly during the Roman and Byzantine periods. While the city was initially established by Herod with a strong Roman influence, it also became a major center for Jewish life and culture. The only reason it was a strong Roman influence because it's close to Jerusalem, which is where the capital was.
Right.
That's Idumea, Judea, right? But outside of them, it's the center. It's the major cultural center for Jewish life and culture. So if you're an Israelite and you can't keep the practices in Jerusalem, because that's where the stronghold of the Edomites is at and stuff like that right now, right? But you could keep it in Caesarea because that's like the suburbs. They got to travel a little bit to get out there. And it's a bunch of niggas there. So
right.
That's why it's like a strong presence. This was the place where a lot of Jews was at, right? A lot of Israelites. So over time, the Jewish population experienced periods of prosperity. You can't prosper in captivity unless there's a lot of you there. Like Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? That's how it works. When it's a lot of you in one place, it's easy for the people to prosper that are the lowest class people in the population of that area. So the fact that they had prosperity also proves that they were, a large extent. Esau's never going to tell you that the people outnumbered them in a place that they would like that was their kingdom, just like they don't now, right? But I would argue that it's even possible that they was probably the people that outnumbered everybody in Caesarea, the Israelites, that is. So over time, the Jewish population experienced periods of prosperity, conflict, and decline, marked by both Hellenization and resistance to Roman rule. Lucky. Hold on. Caesarea, originally known as Stratton's Tower, was captured by Alexander Jannaeus and became a Jewish settlement before the Roman conquest in 63 BC. So it was so they're already taking being forced to conform to Greek Roman culture and stuff like that before the siege, because this was one of the first places that was taken. It being one of the first places taken, it doesn't mean that they moved in a full number. When they besiege a place, they just take control of it. They leave the people there so that they can have control, right? Then they had the actual siege. I've touched on lessons on how that went. They moved people in at that point. So,
and
another reason I would say Caesarea wasn't a place that was fully inhabited by Edomites, because they allowed us to stay in this place. Go ahead.
And there's another thing that needs to be brought up too, because the Northern Kingdom, right, was settled in Samaria, right?
Which
Everybody
is
know that.
Yeah.
Which is in the exact same area as Caesarea.
Right.
I mean, the exact location. Caesarea is in Samaria. So that's just, another thing you can add to the possibility of Cornelius being an Israelite.
And that's why I said Syrian Jews, because when they say Syrian, I mean Syrian heathen and stuff, Syrian Romans, a lot of those people were Assyrians and Syrians and Jordanians and stuff like that got moved in during the Assyrian rule and the Persian rule, stuff like that. Because I told you guys that them kings was moving people into the land. After they take us out, they're moving people in to replace us in the land of their own people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those people mixed in with us. That's why I said mixed population. I don't know if it's gonna say here, but I read earlier today that it was predominantly Syrian Romans or Jews in Caesarea or Israelites. It was, but yeah, Herodian Caesarea. Herod the Great rebuilt Caesarea as a grand Roman city, including features like bathhouses with mikvahs, indicating an awareness of Jewish practices, because this was was a place where a lot of Jews lived, the cultural center, if you will. So even when the Romans took over, they had to incorporate certain things that the Israelites would want or that they would need, like baths, because we bathed ourselves and stuff like that. So yeah, to incorporate that type of stuff. Roman rule. Caesarea became the seat of the Roman governors of Judea, including Pontius Pilate, and served as the capital of Palestine. All right. So, yeah, they even made it a capital. You don't think you're going to have a lot of subjects in your capital? So, yeah, man. You was going to say something?
Yeah, actually,
wait.
Oh,
Before you say something, hold on. I got to read this. First Jewish revolt. This is important. A major revolt against Rome began in Caesarea in 66 CE. Can't have a revolt begin somewhere if it's not a lot of people there. They said that it started, they got overran before 63 CE, which is when the revolt happened. So 4 years into the revolt, after they've already been besieged, they're the ones that had that started the first Jewish war with them. They're the ones that started the revolt. So that means they had a whole lot of niggas there. If they're the first people to, be put in captivity, and they're the ones that are able to start the revolt. But what were you gonna say?
I wanted to let me go back to this real quick. I want to. Oh, not that one. This one. Can you guys see that? No, you can't.
You gotta move my thing. Let me move this.
Oh, here's another map. I just wanted to show how close this is in proximity. This is a better map, and it actually shows other cities.
Zoom in a little bit.
Yeah. Let me zoom in. Let me pop up. But I want to show just how close the city of Caesarea is to other cities.
You see Galilee.
There's Caesarea. Look at this. Look how close it is to Nazareth.
Caesarea, Nazareth, Galilee,
and Samaria. Right? So these are just historical.
Galilee of the Gentiles, right up there.
Yeah.
Nazareth, where Jesus from, right there.
Right here.
Caesarea, right there. Joppa, right there. Samaria, right there.
So these are just
Judea is all the way down at the bottom,
here,
where all of the white people would have been.
Yeah. So yeah, just wanted to show that. Just a little better map.
So that's that, man. So yeah, you got some stuff that you ain't show, right?
No, I'm gonna wait till next week. I'm gonna
give. That's what I'm saying. I was just trying to make sure you got some stuff we're gonna show for next week. So
yeah. We're
gonna go into this next week and prove that we could show that Cornelius is an Israelite.
Yeah.
And one of y'all that know Elder Rakah could send it to him, or forehead, nose, and lips. And
don't be so rude. That's our brother, man.
I'm sorry, it's like, but yeah, y'all send it to them, and we're gonna see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Nero, that damn dusty cracker.
Who was that? Yeah, dude didn't come back, did he?
No, he talking about Nero. King. But nah, Squeaky didn't come back. He didn't.
No. Good.
I'm glad he's gone though.
Yeah, because that was just a little too much, man.
Yeah.
Just for no reason. Trying to just sow discord and bring in contention and
instead of just bringing something scholarly, y'all start calling me Splinter and stuff. I ain't never had that happen.
Yeah, that's wild.
I like that. I'm gonna call a white person a Splinter at camp this week just because he did that. You Splinter! I can't even do that.
All right. Kind of all praises.
How you? Man, that's crazy.
All praises. Hey, it's all good. Hey, we're gonna wrap it up. I believe we proved very, very speedily with the nonsense that Kirk Franklin brought out. We proved that with scripture that he doesn't know the Bible. The Bible goes against everything that he was taught or what he felt he was proclaimed to be a minister, but he's ministering falsehood. So we proved that. And then we went into a little bit about this challenge that GOCC's Elder Rakah is putting out to all Israelite brothers, whether they be from camps or from any other persuasion, to prove to him that Cornelius is not an Israelite. We're going to go over that next Monday. And there's going to be, without a shadow of a doubt, with this information we provide via the Bible, that Cornelius is most definitely an Israelite. All right. So with that, that's the end of this class. But hey, let me do this real quick. I'm giving some more shout outs to brothers and sisters that came in later. Let me get a shout out to the mighty soldier Kawal. Shalom to you, brother. The lovely sister Lily. Shalom. Also, Jeremiah 12:5. Shalom to you also. Sister Deborah, House of Zebulon. Shalom to you, sis. Let's see who else. I don't. And Sister Neri, shalom to you, Sister Neri, shalom. I believe that's all I seen pop in and drop a note in the chat. So any brothers who want to put their brick in and build with the Anointed House of Saints, you can do so by sending us your interest through email, anointedhos@gmail.com. Same thing for the women. For the sisters who want to help build Anointed House of Saints, please send us your interest in email, anointedhos@gmail.com. All right, because we need our brothers and our sisters together, right? We can't get the kingdom without one another. We're going to be there serving Yahweh Shai, and we will be ruling over these other nations, right? So we got to build ourselves spiritually according to God's word, laws, and commandments. So all praises for that. Cap, you got any last words to say before we head on out?
Don't be a bug out.
Yeah.
That's it.
That goes from the Franklins to the Rakahs. Whether you accept being an Israelite or whether you don't know that you're an Israelite, don't be a bug out. Don't be a bug out. It's no good. All right. So with that, I want to thank you again for joining us for another Milk Monday. Also know that all week we have our classes. So after this class, we have our Thursday night class coming up with Captain Jonathan, followed by our Friday night focus with one of the officers. And we're back to Sabbath morning brew with Captain Aharon and friends and brothers. And then, of course, back around again to Milk Monday with yours truly, Officer Knock and Captain Eliel. So just want to say, hey, peace and blessings to everyone. Want you to have a wonderful week ahead. Pray, stay vigilant, stay diligent in this word. All right. And until next time, we'll see you next Monday. All right. Shalom, shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music. music, black music, black music, black music.